Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and this week I'm doing a review of Bankable by Eric Stevens and Trick Boom. Welcome back to the channel everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in and subscribing to these videos to be notified as soon as good content goes out on the internet. It's about time there's good content on the internet and you've come to the right place. Bankable, I'm going to be looking at Bankable. I'm going to try and keep this nice and concise. I picked this up at the Alakazam convention, fantastic convention. Noel had a few units left, Noel Quarter, and was able to give me one of them, and I paid for it myself, and so all of the opinions that I have here are not influenced by a free gift. So let's look into what Bankable is. I think this is a great trick. I can't wait to kind of share this with you. So Bank Night, you have 5 envelopes. One of them contains money. Each person, maybe on stage or close up, chooses an envelope. Their one is empty, theirs is empty, theirs is empty, theirs is empty, and yours is the only one with the money in, right? That's typically what happens. This is a very different way of doing it, and I really like the contributions that they brought to the Bank Night premise. So let me open this up and then I'll explain what the effect is as we go along. So you're going to open up this lovely box. You're going to look inside here. So this is what you get. You're going to get your kind of secret code printed on there to watch the Vimeo. And then you're going to get 4 envelopes. Now these are all nicely different colours, red, blue, yellow, purple. And they are made out of Tyvek. And this is essentially what's going to happen. So you're going to bring these up and you're going to say to someone, look, there is in one of these envelopes, there is a very special prize that I want you to win, all right? Now you're going to name any colour of one of these envelopes. Which one would you like? And they say the yellow. You think, great, okay, obviously the subtle persuasion didn't work. You want to go for the yellow one? Yes, you do, okay. Let me open this up. And like I said, there is one special prize that I wanted you to win. And that is to give Ian a high five. That's a good gift, isn't it? Come on. High five. Done. That's a good thing, right? And but the thing is, what I didn't tell you is actually they have windows on the back, right? Which means that I was able to keep track of the one that I wanted you to win, right? The only unfortunate thing is if you'd chosen the red one, you actually would have won £5. If you'd chosen the blue, that would have been 10. And if you'd chosen the purple, well, that would have been 50. But like I say, you won the prize, the best prize I think, and the one that I wanted you to win. So there we go. That is the kind of the routine. Now, what's really clever about this is you're not getting them to open each envelope, right? That can take time. You're also kind of giving them the joke prize at the start. Whilst normally at the end it's like the one that you keep is the kind of the big reveal. All of theirs is empty, and then the final key will have either funny revelation or the money revelation is at the end. This one, they get the funny prize at the beginning, and then within one just turn of the hand you're able to show all of the others have the money in. So it's really good in the fact that it kind of reveals that in an instant if you want it to. Now, I have done something slightly different to this. Let me just show you the envelopes here on the overhead cam. So when you get this, you're going to get these little cards, right? And the cards you can write on. You can write on with a permanent marker. I've written on with a permanent marker. But then if you get a whiteboard marker, a dry white marker, you can go over the text and then rub it off. So you can reuse this again and again. You could just write, give Ian a high five on there with a dry white marker and be done with it. You could potentially rub it away. So, you know, it's better just to kind of decide what you're going to write, make that the prize, and commit to it and write with a permanent marker. But like I say, you can take off if you need to. So you're going to get those. Then also in each envelope, you actually get some stage money. And you get these £50 notes. Now these are kind of, you know, play money £50 notes. And so, yeah, you're going to get 4 of those, and you can put them in your envelopes. What I found was with these, when Roddy performs it on the video, which is about maybe 25 minutes long, what he does is he does the kind of give Roddy a high five joke, and then straight away he'll then turn around and say, "When money can't buy you happiness," and he shows the other side the envelopes, and they're all £50 notes, and it gets that instant effect, right? Which I think is great. But what I wanted was that revelation to build slowly, okay? So what I did is actually swapped out, I didn't have a £50 note, all right? You know what I mean? I'm not made of money, am I? So I used the play money in one of the envelopes. And then I added my own £10 note, £5 note, or 20, whatever you want, into the other envelopes. And that way, you're able to then show them one at a time. Bang, there's a £5, £10, £50 note. So it slowly builds, boom, 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 trick, boom, like that. So I think that's quite a nice thing. So I've met them in the middle. Instant impact if you want it. Turn it around, show all the others empty, not empty with the money in, or 5, 10, 20, 50, whatever in the other envelopes, to kind of build that suspense or that kind of impact. So that's my own kind of contribution to it. It's not a massive contribution, but that's something that I found with this. What I like about it is the fact that obviously it's a very different method with the window envelopes, very different method, and very kind of like I say, a different feel to it, rather than them being disappointed every single time they open an envelope and it's empty. So it's very quick to the point. You don't have to hand any envelopes out. That's another benefit. So you could do this table hopping, and Roddy does that on the video. He does it table hopping. And so finally I have a bank night I can do table hopping, right? I haven't got to hand it out to people with their blooming grubby hands, and they've got gravy all over the hands, and they're salivating whilst they're eating the food, and and then there's a baby, and the baby's grabbed it and crumpled it up in the sweaty, clammy hands. None of that, all right? It's the type of people I perform for. There's none of that with this. All it is these are the envelopes, choose one, right? Oh, you've won a high five. Very funny. And then bang, there's the money in the other ones that you could have won. What a shame. So yeah, don't have to hand it out. The envelope size, nice and small. It fits in your top pocket in your jacket. Really nice. Again, really, really practical. They're made out of Tyvek. Once again, excellent. And customizable in terms of the kind of, the prize that they win. You can write down whatever you want. And you can reuse this again and again. So you can tailor make it to each place that you go to. So it's just very hard hitting and to the point, unlike this review. So I really, really like that. And I really highly recommend picking this up. I want to compare it to a couple of the other bank nights. So for years, I have been performing Blank Night by John Archer when on stage. Really, really excellent, funny routine with the words on the envelopes and everything. I love that. But it is a bit fiddly. There is a move to be done, okay? And yeah, that can be a little bit sketchy. And also you've got to bring people up to the edge of the stage to get them to open the envelope, show that it's empty, etc. And then you need to remember to bring that envelope back, all right, because you want to use it again the following night or whatever. So that is one kind of drawback of that routine. I then also own Paul Martin's Yours, Mine and Mystery, I think it's called. And that is just 3 envelopes. Once again, you can customize it with what words you want to put on the envelopes. And that is good. You're not handing out any envelopes. There's no moves to it at all. So John Archer's, it's movie, right? It's slight, kind of heavy to a certain degree. Paul Martin's one is, no moves at all really. Very, very easy. Just open an envelope. You're not handing out the envelopes with that one, which is also another real good plus. But the problem is you're opening the envelopes. And the impact of you opening up the envelope, you can't really show that it's empty to a large group of people. And so people are kind of trusting you to remove the items, and there could be other stuff in there, you never know. It could be, you know, kind of the divider in the middle, you never know. So there's a slight drawback with that. But with this one, you've got the best of both, right? You've got the fact that you don't need to hand out any envelopes. You are not having to open the envelopes to reveal what's inside them. And there's no moves whatsoever. Like, it's, in my opinion, this is the perfect bank night routine. Like I say, if you want to drag it out and reveal one at a time, that's what I would do, especially on stage, is reveal 5, 10, 20, 50, whatever. So that's what I would do, and that builds it up a bit more. But it's just a fantastic routine. It really, really is good. And like I say, it's great for table hopping, and it's great for stage to a certain degree. Obviously, they're small envelopes, but you know, it would be okay. I really, really recommend you picking this up. Like I say, it's about £35, 30 to £40. All right, we'll go with that. Round about that mark. There won't be many of them. I know that Trick Trick Boom have just kind of done their live launch, and yeah, I really recommend picking this up. Well done, Eric Stevens, and well done, Roddy and Noel, for finding Eric and his brilliant golden routine here. Yeah, 10 out of 10. It's absolutely excellent. You're going to love it. Go out, grab it, perform it, and have fun with it. Cheers. Bye-bye.